You know, a lot of things are changing in this business and just about our pruning styles. I'm 59 years old and I started pruning grapes in 1980. A lot of the rules and regulations have changed and they're almost the opposite. We used to prune everything short, now we're pruning it long. Now we're learning about the sap flow and looking for strong wood. We're pretty happy with this vine. It's strong. We pruned the old cordons off, and we're going to keep lowering it down. See, these spurs are sick too still, but we got some good spurs that are starting to push.
Your goal when you retrain this is not get rid of all the old diseased wood, just minimize it and not try to cut it anymore so no more goes into everything, right?
We're going to come back and cut this here, and then hopefully, you know, the more you take away, the stronger that plant gets, and hopefully we're going to get some suckers here eventually. That being said, I mean, what are you doing?
The annual operation of a vineyard all starts with pruning. So how do we become sustainable?
I think with pruning, it would be the first step for us to prolong the vine's life.
We're not just pruning, we're creating a framework that needs to support the whole year and the following year and the next 10 years and 20 years of the vine.
Climate change, global warming, however you want to call it, drier climate, drier air, and less rain is making these wood diseases worse. And pruning wounds didn't used to be a big deal when the humidities were high and the vines were bleeding at this time of the year, but we don't have that now, and so that plant is taking in some of these diseases.
Yeah, and that's what's driving us choosing different pruning methods. You know, cane prune versus spur prune, you know, and then there's different variations of spur that we could choose, be it head pruned and whatnot.
We used to say close cuts, and now we're finding that leave long cuts. And then what were you saying about the 2-year don't prune?
Only make your cuts on the 1-year-old wood because it reduces that cut diameter. Diameter is directly proportional to the amount of surface area that's exposed to
for future disease.
Entry of disease.
Yeah.
So when you start reducing this big head, this big weight that you're moving, and because there's a lot less energy required to shake the fruit off this than this.
Yeah.
So when you get this more compact and smaller, that machine's going to pick nicer.
Less damage.
And the fruit that goes in the tank is going to be cleaner.
Higher quality.
And less damage.
Yeah.
And less potential broken spurs because you're not shaking as hard in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't prune when it's raining. Don't prune. They say it takes 48 hours for that cut to heal over and not have a potential entry. So there's things like that that will make us or push us to make those decisions.
We'll probably leave this out here, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 8. And we're going to leave this, we're going to cut right through that 9th bud if we can. And then we're not going to wrap it, we're just going to probably put one tie there. That'll throw a lot of fruit. I like this cane better.
It's a great example of, you know, that guy Simon talks about the sap coming up. And where does that sap hit first?
Right there.
Right here.
Look at the size.
Look at it. It's almost double the diameter.
I think if we keep on having these dry winters, I mean, everybody's going to be trying to prune in February, March.
You know, with the labor availability and how much time it takes to prune, I think we're going to have to micromanage our properties more.
Go from your home, go to a vineyard nearby and look at it. I mean, and play around with it. Hopefully ask permission before you play with it, but you know.
And ultimately, if it adds value to the vineyard's life, it extends the life of a vineyard, then that helps us.